Let's get you the breaking news that's coming in from India's IT city. The video, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play out right now will reveal the extent of civic apathy in Hyderabad, where a fire in a building near the iconic Charminar led to the loss of 17 lives. A relative of the deceased victims is seen telling Congress MP Anil Kumar Yadav over ill-equipped ambulances that were sent to the spot after the fire. The victim's relative is heard saying in the video that a child's life could have been saved had the ambulance reached on time. In fact, he also points out that the ambulance had the Chief Minister's photograph, but no oxygen mask in it.
मैं पकड़ के मारा थी उसको कि उसका रेवंत रेड्डी साहब का फोटो लगे हुआ है इसके ऊपर। कैका साहब जी, मैं वोट देके जिताया अन्नान को। कैका साहब बोलो मेरे को। मेरे घर के 16 जने मरे जी। अच्छा रिकॉर्डिंग लियो भाई।
ये था कि बच्ची बच जाती थी अगर एम्बुलेंस
में लेकिन वीडियो है जी। लेकिन वीडियो है ना। सगी बहन है ना मेरी। आपको वहाँ से देखते हैं ना हम लोग। आप हमारे भाई में काम फिर आपके साथ खड़ा हो ना। क्या मतलब निकला बोलो अन्ना हमारा। एम्बुलेंस में मास्क नहीं है जो एम्बुलेंस। मैं पकड़ के मारा थी उसको कि उसका रेवंत रेड्डी साहब का फोटो लगे हुआ है इसके ऊपर। कैका साहब जी, मैं वोट देके जिताया अन्नान को। कैका साहब बोलो मेरे को। मेरे घर के 16 जने मरे जी। अच्छा रिकॉर्डिंग लियो भाई।
ये था कि बच्ची बच जाती थी अगर एम्बुलेंस में
लेकिन वीडियो है जी।
बच्ची बच जाती थी
लेकिन वीडियो है ना। सगी बहन है ना मेरी। आपको वहाँ से देखते हैं ना हम लोग। आप हमारे भाई में काम फिर आपके साथ खड़ा हो ना। क्या मतलब निकला बोलो अन्ना हमारा। एम्बुलेंस में मास्क नहीं है जो एम्बुलेंस वाला।
My colleague Shamit joins us with the latest that's happening on ground. Shamit, civic apathy at display. This is the kind of outrage that we are witnessing from those who've lost their loved ones. The kind of lack of equipment that was there in the ambulance comes after yesterday. Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy had also said that he was told that firefighters did not have proper equipment. So really, what is happening there? Any response from the authorities yet on what people are blaming them for?
Well, yes, see, authorities yet to respond on this matter, but when it comes to the family members, it's very tragic incident, and right now we are reporting from this spot, and right behind me is that spot where this incident has broke out. So this is that building, and Krishna Pearls, this is that shop, and also Modi Pearls, the other shop. So basically this is a narrow entry and exit. So yesterday the DG of State Disaster Response and Fire Services spoke to us. He stated that the narrow entry and exit point basically caused this incident. However, we just got to know that one of the family member has also arrived there, but however they are not willing to speak on this matter. So this is that spot. We can clearly see here this is that building. So there is also a 3-bedroom which is located inside this this building. So and we can clearly see here this is that entrance spot. So from here the authorities, mainly local people, were so much helpful. They helped the local police personnel, fire personnel to enter into the residence, and initially they entered into the residence and they broke open the doors, and however they tried to rescue all the 17 people out from there, and a huge dense smoke was seen at that time. Massive fire broke out at around 6:16 a.m. Fire department officials received the call, and finally, however, the fire local from Moghalpura fire station, local station.
I'll come back to you. Right now I'm joined by BRS's Ravula Sridhar Reddy. Mr. Reddy, your response to what the people are saying, that whether it was the ambulance or the firefighters did not have the proper equipment to fight this unfortunate situation.
First, it's an unfortunate incident that 17 people had to lose their lives because of the unfortunate tragic incident. At the same time, there are so many lacunas, so many gaps are being found in the approach of the firefighters as well. The ambulances and all. There were reports that ambulances approached late. Ambulance did not have the proper equipment. Even firefighters could not do appropriately what they are supposed to do. End of the day, the surprising thing, the most surprising thing is that the entire building has only one exit and one entrance. So that people could not be evacuated fast. There was information that has come in. So whenever these kind of incidents are happening, the government declares some ex gratia, then leave it out, and for a few days people talk about it, about the lapses, the fire department, NOCSR and all that. There were many such mishaps happened in the past also, but the government is not learning any lessons, which is resulting in the loss of many lives. At least now the government should get into the action, properly probe. They should find out what is the reason, other than simply declaring an ex gratia, leave the things out. Even the chief minister does not have time to even visit the victims of the incident, and the government response was very, very lukewarm. And at least now they should completely review the situation of such issues entire the city, because there are many buildings which are not following the fire norms, and there is a potential threat in most of the buildings. They talk for a few days, then they leave it out. And I see there is laxity, there is some kind of a gap in the government approach in protecting the victims there. At least now they should open their eyes.
All right, Mr. Reddy, thanks very much for joining us on Times Now. I'm also joined by Ram Chandar of the BJP. Mr. Chandar, let me ask you directly, who do you hold accountable for the 17 lives that have been lost? People are crying, people are outraged with the lack of facilities in ambulances and firefighting.
Definitely, ma'am. I think this is a failure of the entire system, which has to protect the citizens when such disasters take place. And in fact, there were reports that even the fire department had no proper responses to this incident. Yesterday, it was mainly because of the fire staff, and secondly, the ambulances which were sent there did not have the oxygen. Perhaps if the oxygen cylinder and the sufficient medical support facility was available, I think some lives could have been saved. I think the government should own the responsibility and try to at least improve the facilities in the ambulances and also take care of the fire department, and those who are responsible, actions should be taken against them by causing an inquiry. I think this is very unfortunate incident where 17 people of 3 generations died, and mainly some of them because of the carelessness and the lack of facility being provided to the citizens at this time. I think government should own the responsibility for this unfortunate incident.
Right, Mr. Ramchandra, thanks very much for joining us on Times Now.